So today's video is going to be about high school. And to elaborate on that, I'm going to give people who are about to start high school an insight on what it's like and what they might get into, and advice for people who may be going through stuff during high school as well. To start off with everything, the number one rule, I wouldn't even necessarily call it a rule. The number one thing that I can't even stress enough about is to be yourself. Like, it just means a lot to just be yourself and to be your own person and have your own thoughts and not have anyone like own that or control it or influence who you are as a person. For example, like if you were into something or you dressed a certain way or liked something more than someone else would have and they considered that lame or weird, so what? That's their opinion on what they think it is or how they feel upon the issue. Like, you shouldn't let that consume you into thinking you're abnormal and what you want to do and what you like to do is weird and it's just not cool. Like, if it's weird, it's weird. If you know it's weird, it's okay to be weird. Or if you don't think it's weird and they think it's weird, that's perfectly fine as well. Like, just be yourself. Another thing that's important when you're in high school that I've learned myself is to push yourself, to try new things and to get out of your comfort zone just a little bit. Don't peer pressure yourself to like go to parties and stuff if you don't want to do that, but try like clubs and sports and, you know, activities involving school. It's a good thing to push yourself. For example, for me, I pushed myself several times involving high school, which formed me to know more about myself. I was zoned to go to a specific high school. With that high school that I was zoned for, I was going to go with all the kids that I live with, I grew up with. We went to same middle and elementary school together. I wanted to push myself into a new environment to get out more because I am a little shy. So I wanted to push myself to meet new people and whatnot. So I ended up going to this high school. 9th grade, everyone knew everybody because they went to middle school together, and I didn't. I didn't go to the middle school that was zoned for that school. So I actually kind of pushed myself to meet new people, and I actually tried a few things too. Like, I tried being friends with like a group of girls, which was like the first time I've ever done that because I'm normally friends with just guys, and that was the first time I did it. It was a fail, by the way, but we'll get into that later. But the only thing that I didn't like, and this was only during my freshman year of high school, was that I felt as if I didn't know any better if I end up losing a friend with so-and-so and such because of such and such, because I didn't know them before, and some of the people there, they already knew, okay, well, we know this because we grew up with them, but I didn't know that because I didn't know who they were. I pushed myself to join a club or two, and that benefited me. I pushed myself to take courses and classes that I wouldn't have known if I was interested or not in pursuing it in the future if I didn't try it now, like in high school. So it's a good thing to push yourself because you find out what you do like, what you don't like, what you're comfortable with, what you think you can see yourself doing in the future. Who do you associate with, and you learn more about yourself when you push yourself to try things that you're interested in, not pushing yourself to do things that you don't want to do, if that makes sense. Yeah. Okay, so my third piece of advice kind of sounds like my second, and that is to try new things. It's pretty much the same thing, to try new things, because when you try new things, like I said, you figure out what you like and what you don't like, and yeah. And when I mean new things, like, it could be something you've always questioned yourself if you could do. I've never tried to play a sport, and I kind of wish I tried to play a sport. Like, I've always wanted to learn how to play tennis or volleyball, and I just never did it. But if I did, I would have found out, like, if I liked it or not. And not only that, it could have benefited me to apply to schools and whatnot, and knowing if I wanted to actually play it later on. I did push myself to try an instrument. I ended up playing in my orchestra for 3 years, so that was cool. when you try new things, it doesn't necessarily have to be like involving like clubs and sports. It could be trying new things involving like new people. You may have your clique of friends, but if you see someone over there and you want to talk to them, talk to them. See if you want to hang out with them. Okay, so next piece of advice is to be involved in school, because I feel like that's an important thing. Like, I think everyone hates high school. I don't like high school, but I did things involving high school because I know when I leave high school, I might miss out on stuff and I'll be upset that I missed out on stuff. Like, for instance, school pictures. I hated that crap. I hated doing school pictures, but I took it anyways. And this particular girl, actually it was a group of people that have said this throughout the year, but they'll say that they weren't going to be in the yearbook. They thought that was cool. But when you're older, because you're going to get a yearbook anyways when you graduate. So when you're older and you want to look back on your yearbook pictures, or you want to see like, or I don't know, it's just, why would you mess that up? And like, some people, they may not be going to senior prom, and that's fine. Like, you don't have to do those things. But I went to my junior prom and I thought it was very, very boring. But because I paid for my junior prom ticket, I don't have to pay for it my senior prom. But like, I kind of don't want to go because I just feel like it's going to be boring again. But it's my senior prom. Like, I'm not going to get this opportunity again. Like, it's one of those things. It's like a milestone. Like, why would you intentionally miss a milestone? Like, I just feel like you should involve yourself within the school, because you're gonna miss out on things when you just, it has nothing to do with doing it because everyone's doing it. It has to deal with you and your memories, and if you feel like you're gonna regret it later on. Because I know people who miss certain occasions, or they didn't finish high school, and because of that, like, they have regrets, or they wish they had this memory or whatnot. And I think it's because I know people like that, I kind of push myself to be involved in school. And I think it's important. Like, go to a football game or a baseball game or a basketball game once in a while, or go to see the school play or a dance recital, or go to the school dance or something. Just be involved. On top of being involved like with the fun stuff, you should also be involved like to build up a resume, because that helps a lot. I'm in a community service hour club, and that helped me out tremendously when I was applying to schools, because not a lot of people knew that there's a club just for community service hours that actually helps out the community. I ended up finding out that I have an interest in helping others, and later on in life I want to like have an organization of my own to help people and to help the community around me and whatnot. When you're involved in school, when it comes to academics and like clubs and stuff, you make more connections that will help you on later in life. I got myself involved in the school's arts, what would you call this? I got involved in the school's theater tech program. It's not really a program. Because of that, when there's like a school play or dance recital or anything going on in the theater, I'm called to go help out with the lights and setting up the set and whatnot, and I actually like it. So when you're involved in school, you find out more of your interest, which is important. It helps you make connections, helps you build up your resume, which is important. Even 9th grade year, when you think that stuff's not important, it kind of is, but we'll get into that later. What else? Oh, and it would also help you create memories. I don't even know how to like express how accurate this is, but school, especially high school, it goes by so fast. Like, every single year it goes by faster. I have like 2 more months of school left, and I feel like I just started. It goes by faster every single year. It really does. So yeah, know that. And because it goes fast every year, that goes back to what I was saying about creating memories and being involved in school, because it's not gonna last forever. It may feel like it's gonna last forever, or you might be in high school right now and you're just like, I'm ready to graduate. Let me tell you something. You're gonna graduate. Like, it's going to fly by. And I remember like being a freshman and one of my senior friends telling me that like high school is gonna fly by. And it did. Like, it does. It really does. Friends are actually kind of important in high school. Like, it's okay to not have friends in high school. Like, you don't need to pressure yourself to fit in with the crowd or your clique. You don't need to like have this type of like search within you to have a friend or define friends or whatever. And so basically what I'm trying to say is friends are important to help you go through things within high school, but you shouldn't push yourself to be friends with someone you don't want to be friends with, or fit in with a group or a crowd of friends because you feel like you need friends. Like, if you are fine being the lone wolf, that's Gucci. Like, I have friends of my own, but I like to also have my alone time. Like, I'm kind of detached, so like I don't have to be chained to my friend while I'm walking to class or anything, but I feel like friends do help you go through the high school process much easier. Friends help you go through a lot. Like, it doesn't even have to be like something dramatic or special. It's just they help you get through the days, honestly. Because if you hate high school, and I hate high school, when you see your friends, like, it just goes away, or at least with me it does. I feel like even if it's not that type of situation that I have, some emotional support around you helps you go through the whole entire like high school roller coaster, in my opinion. Mean Girls. Like, oh my gosh, like, I just need to talk about Mean Girls. So every high school has them. Every like clique has them too. I don't know about any other high school, but my high school is very, very big and very diverse. So there's like cliques within a clique, and then it's just, there's a lot of groups. So even with like, how do I explain this? Okay, so even if there were like the mean girls who were in the popular clique, there's still mean girls that could be within your circle or within your class, or just whatever, you get what I'm trying to say. There's mean girls everywhere, okay? And yeah, they're just gonna be mean. Most mean girls, they just think that the world revolves around them, but when they graduate high school, it's gonna hit them. It's gonna hit them. But seriously, like, when they graduate, it's gonna hit them. The world doesn't revolve around you. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a little story. I have a lot, actually. I don't get along with like girls that often, and it's not like I do anything. Like, I mind my own business. I don't talk shit. I don't do anything. Like, I'm chilling as always, and there's always just some girl. Okay, so 9th grade, like I said, I wanted to try new things and whatnot, and I ended up with this clique of girls. They weren't all, you know, attractive. I'm not just saying that because I'm not cool with them. You could just tell they were mean because they probably had some self-esteem issues. But basically, they were the mean girls that would talk shit about everyone and talk shit about their own friends. Like, I swear to you, you would sit down at the table and they'll be like, oh, your shirt's so nice. I'm like, oh, okay, thank you. And as soon as that girl gets up and leaves, can you believe what she was wearing? She's such a hoe. And I remember like telling them, I was like, yo, I have no problems or any issues with you. I don't look at you any differently, but I feel like I should exclude myself from this group because there's too much negativity, and I don't feel comfortable with the fact that you guys like to talk about people all the time. Like, I'm just not used to that much negative energy, and I like to take myself out of equations like that because there's no reason to be that negative. I didn't say that last part. I'm just telling y'all, like, there's no reason to be that negative. And because of that, they just kept talking shit about me. I think one of them wanted to fight me. They blocked me off everything, and I'm just like, oh, okay. Like, okay. I feel like they still, to this day, I don't feel like it, I know, like, they still to this day talk about me. I'm just like, thanks. Like, I'm actually flattered. I don't even think about you. But okay. That was like, I don't know, but there's like actual mean girls that I've came across that are just like, you're below me, I'm above you, and da-da-da. And it's just like, what? Okay. You think that. It's okay. But yeah, mean girls. Don't let them make you cry, because you the shit, boo. You the shit. And they shit for being mean. Okay, no, but seriously, when you come across a mean girl, just keep it moving, because it's not gonna benefit you. It's not gonna benefit you. Like, it really isn't. Anyways, so don't even give them attention, because when you don't, it eventually like just goes away. Especially when it comes like to rumors and stuff. Even though I just steered in the wrong direction. But even when it comes to rumors and stuff, like when you actually ignore it, like fully ignore it, don't talk about it, don't post it on anything, just ignore it, it goes away. And that same thing happens with Mean Girls. And if it doesn't, as time goes by, it doesn't even affect you or like actually bother you like in any way, like at all. Like, you just need to understand that. So when you come across a mean girl, just know that not everyone's gonna like you. 2, there's nothing wrong with you. They're just probably very unhappy with their lives. 3, shit. Yeah, cool. No, but seriously, 3, mean girls are gonna come and go. Even when you graduate high school, I feel like there's always gonna be that mean girl at work or in college or whatnot. But yeah, just keep it moving. Don't let. Yeah. The next thing I want to talk about is dealing with the loss of friends, because you probably heard the saying yourself, like, as you go on through high school, your friend group gets smaller and smaller, which is true. What am I trying to say here? It's okay to lose a friend. What? Let me. Okay. Which is true. Your friend group does get smaller as you get older and as high school goes by. And I think it's so many like aspects that make it true. I can't really put my finger on one. Like, for instance, as you mature, your friend group gets smaller because you know who you know how to better yourself to associate with certain people, or you know that if you're being a friend, or you don't have to necessarily be a friend to this person, but like if someone in your life is holding you down and you're constantly trying to like help them out and it's affecting how you're performing and you like lose in touch with them, that's just like you bettering yourself because you're maturing. So I feel like maturing is a part of that. Another part of that is when you start to know yourself even more, so you know, what am I saying? So there's this saying that your friends are a representation of yourself. So as you start to learn more about yourself, you kind of form more of a, you kind of form a group of friends that actually kind of become a part of your family. Like my best friends are like family to me. Like, they're not just friends, we don't fight about stupid crap and not talk to each other for like months or anything over like petty crap. It's just I got off topic again. Okay, but yeah, so maturing is a factor of that. Knowing yourself more, and also like throughout high school, you might be making decisions throughout your life, and your friend might be doing other types of decisions with their lives, and they might decide, okay, well, I want to be a part of this clique or whatnot, and they kind of like leave you, or you leave them. That's also a part of high school, like fitting in with high school and society and cliques and stupid crap like that. You may lose friends like that. You may lose friends off of self-respect, which is a good thing, because I've lost friends off of that, and I have no respect for the people that I lost friendships with. Like, honestly, like, I have no respect for you. That was kind of harsh, but you know what I mean. Like, it's not like, oh, she's da-da-da-da, I think I'm better than her or him. Like, no, it's just, I don't really have respect for you because you lost my respect, and that's why we're not friends. So you lose friends throughout high school all the time, and it's normal, and it's okay. If your friendship is worth fighting for, fight for it. If you really like love somebody, don't just sit there and just act like you don't care when you do care and you want your friend back. Don't do that. Ooh, okay, we're gonna kind of get into the academic part because we need to focus on some freaking grades. You guys don't understand how important that is. So freshman and sophomore year, I got pretty good grades. Like I probably got the majority of A's, maybe a B here and there. Junior year, I was like, I don't give a fuck. And I got like 3 C's, and that dropped my GPA down. And I wanted to start looking into schools that summer, and I started applying like the beginning of senior year. And your grades matter. Like I don't want you stressing about school to where like you're crying and stuff like that, but your grades matter. Like I purposely got out of like, I know it sounds stupid, it probably kind of sounds stupid to you, but it was my decision, and I'm still glad that I made decisions that I did. But like I got out of like AP classes and the IB program, which is blah blah blah, but I like got out of challenging classes because I didn't want to stress over school, and I still ended up making like really good grades because I wasn't challenging. I challenged myself through most classes, like I still like did things to like challenge myself, but I didn't want to push myself to an extent to where I was stressing out throughout high school. So I kind of like took myself out of that equation. But anyways, when I say grades are important and you need to like focus on them throughout your whole entire 4 years, like literally throughout your whole entire 4 years, like literally, I don't mean you have to like make sure you take a whole bunch of AP classes or honors classes or do this and do that. But whatever you take, doesn't matter what it is, just make sure you make a B or an above. It makes a huge difference, because it does. Okay, focus on them grades, ho. As a senior in high school, I do dual enrollment, and my dual enrollment classes weigh 3 credits, and my classes at high school weigh 0.5. So my grades at the college that I go to affects my GPA way more than it does at the classes that I take in my high school. My classes are super easy, so I made hundreds in every single class. But right now, I just took my final yesterday, and I got like a 90 something on it. But I checked my grade, and I have a 70 something. I have a C in that class, and it's because that semester I kind of didn't go to class. Grades are important, you guys. It's important, okay? Okay, another thing that's important is to form relationships with teachers. This is very important. It doesn't even have to be a teacher that teaches you. Oh, they help you out so much. Like, it could be connections, it could be doing things after school, it could be letters of recommendations, which are really important. Over my sophomore summer, it was sophomore year that summer. I don't know, it was one of those summers. It was for one of the summers, one of my film teachers told me that the Atlanta Dream was playing at my school and he wanted someone to film it. He called me. Like, when you make connections with your teachers, it helps out. And then you have another group of support throughout your high school experience. I was never the kid that actually had like one of those teachers or counselors that end up being your best friends, because like I said, I kind of like to do my own thing. But I know people who have a best friend who is their counselor or their teacher or not, and it helps out. Like, they help you out. It's like a second mom or a second dad, and it also gives you a lot of benefits when it comes to like your academics. I didn't say it's a good thing to be a teacher's pet, because that shit's annoying, but yeah. So to end this video, my last piece of advice is as important as my first, and that advice is to not be stressed about high school. Don't let society stress you out, or don't let your grades stress you out to the point where you're gonna pull out your hair. Don't let high school stress you out to where you're miserable your whole entire high school life. Don't let high school affect your happiness. Like, even though I hate high school, like, I'm still as happy as I can be, and I'm still as bubbly as I am, and goofy and stupid. Anyways, yeah, like, don't let your loss of friends affect how awesome high school could slick be. Don't let you not making it on the basketball team or this guy that you liked affect how you feel about high school. Don't let anybody or anyone or anything affect how you feel about high school. Don't let it stress you out to where you want to leave or not do high school anymore, which is kind of fine. Like, there's people who aren't in high school they decided to do homeschool or whatnot. But don't let anyone but yourself affect your experience throughout high school, basically. So yeah, that's it. I hope this was somewhat useful to someone that was watching. And yeah, I kind of like enjoyed filming this. This was kind of cool.